Welcome back to our deep dive into the knowledge book.
Yes.
We're picking up with Fascicle 2.
Right.
And if you remember from the last episode,
Uh-huh.
we were talking about this fascinating concept of a central system,
Okay.
a kind of cosmic conductor orchestrating humanity's evolutionary journey.
Okay, yeah.
Fascicle 2 kind of takes us deeper into that.
Yeah, it gets
The-
even more interesting.
Right.
It's like the knowledge book is taking us deeper into the control room,
Oh.
giving us a glimpse behind the curtain of the universe.
Behind the curtain,
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
And I was fascinated right from the beginning,
right.
where it kind of reminds us that
Uh-huh.
human intellect could be a bit limited,
Oh, yeah.
especially when we're trying to grapple with divine manifestations. What do you think about that?
I think that's a really important point.
Yeah.
I think that's a crucial starting point, actually.
Uh-huh.
If you imagine, like, trying to understand a complex machine,
Okay.
but you're only looking at a tiny piece of it.
Okay.
You might think you know how it works,
Yeah.
but you're missing the bigger picture.
Yeah.
And Fascicle 2 seems to suggest that we often approach the divine with the same kind of
Limited perspective.
limited perspective,
So how do we break free from that?
right?
Because the book also talks about this
Yeah.
period of resurrecting.
Mm-hmm.
It links it to the late 20th century.
Right, right.
Do you think that's kind of a clue to how we break free?
It could be
Really?
if we think of like resurrecting as a kind of awakening,
Uh-huh.
as a kind of shift in consciousness.
Yeah.
Then the late 20th century, with all of its technological advancements and social upheaval,
Uh-huh.
could be seen as a catalyst for this shift.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and the book even suggests that this period is
Yeah.
part of a larger movement towards unifying humanity
Oh,
under a common understanding.
that's a big idea,
It is.
especially in a world that feels so divided.
Yeah, it is.
But where does the knowledge book itself fit into all of this?
Well, this is where it gets really interesting.
Okay.
The book presents itself as more than just a collection of ideas.
Yeah.
It's like a cosmic puzzle box,
Right.
or a test, even
Yep.
challenging each of us to integrate this universal perspective
Right.
into our own lives.
Uh-huh.
It even claims to build upon the essence of older religious texts,
Right.
ultimately aiming to reveal
Yeah.
the concept of the genuine human being.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Genuine human being.
Right.
So is it saying
Yeah.
that there's a difference between just being human
It seems
and being a genuine one?
to point towards that,
Really?
a higher level of being,
Wow.
one that transcends our typical limitations
Okay.
and embraces a deeper connection with the universe.
Mm-hmm.
It's like we're all works in progress,
Uh-huh.
And the book is offering us a glimpse
Okay.
into what we could become.
And does the book give us any hints about how to...
It does embark on that journey.
Absolutely.
This is where the book's exploration of Mevlana and Shams of Tabriz becomes really illuminating.
Okay.
You're probably familiar with Mevlana and the whirling dervishes.
Yeah.
But Shams might be a new name.
Shams is a bit of a mystery to me.
Yeah.
So was he some kind of spiritual trailblazer like Mevlana?
Think of Shams as a catalyst,
Okay.
a spark that ignited Mevlana's spiritual transformation.
Okay.
The book describes their connection as something profound,
Uh-huh.
twin spirits
Wow.
and brothers united in their pursuit of a higher truth.
So their relationship was really crucial to Mevlana's journey.
And together they embody this concept of
Yeah.
exist in unity or atomic integration.
Wow.
A state of being where individual consciousness merges with the universal consciousness.
Atomic integration.
Yeah.
That sounds like it's straight out of physics.
It's interesting, right?
Yeah.
How the knowledge book seamlessly blends scientific language
Mhm.
with spiritual concepts.
Yeah.
It doesn't shy away from discussing atoms and genes and even energy frequencies in relation to consciousness and spiritual growth.
So it's not afraid to go there.
It's not afraid to go there at all.
Ah.
It kind of challenges us to move beyond compartmentalized thinking,
Right.
to see the interconnectedness of all things, right?
Yeah.
From the subatomic level to the cosmic scale.
And how does all of this connect back to this idea?
Well, this is where the book's use of metaphor comes into play.
Okay.
Remember those terms, noble genes
Yes.
and white moths?
Yeah.
They're not literal descriptions,
Right.
but powerful symbols pointing towards this path of becoming a genuine human being.
So what do they actually represent?
Think of the noble genes as the purest essence within us,
Okay.
untouched by the limitations and conditioning of the material world
Right.
and the white moths.
Yeah.
They represent those who have embraced this essence
No.
and are constantly striving for that
Yeah.
atomic integration, that union with the divine. Like the whirling dervishes, they're moving in harmony with the universe.
Wow. Okay.
Their souls alight with a higher purpose.
It makes me think about all the different ways that people have sought connection with the divine throughout history,
Right.
like through music, art, ritual, meditation.
Uh-huh.
The book also really emphasizes the power of love, art, and worship as expressions of this same universal energy.
Yeah, I think it's a reminder.
What do you think about that?
I think it's a reminder that the yearning for connection, for transcendence,
Mm-hmm.
it's woven into the very fabric of our being.
Mm-hmm.
It's expressed in countless ways throughout history and across cultures.
Right.
Whether it's the whirling dervishes surrendering to the rhythm of the universe,
Okay.
or the hippies embracing free love and a connection to nature,
Uh-huh.
it's all about tapping into something larger than ourselves.
So even though those groups might seem worlds apart on the surface,
Exactly.
the book is suggesting a common thread that unites them.
It's challenging us to look beyond superficial differences and recognize the shared human impulse that drives these seemingly diverse expressions
Okay.
of faith and devotion.
Mm-hmm.
It's a reminder that the divine can be found
Yeah.
in the most unexpected places.
Yeah. And it also seems to suggest that true worship isn't confined to rituals or dogma.
That's a key point.
Yeah.
The knowledge book emphasizes the importance of genuine human connection,
Right.
kindness, and love
Yeah.
as expressions of devotion.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about empty gestures
Right.
or adherence to rigid rules.
Yeah.
It's about reflecting the divine light in our interactions with one another.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
And it echoes what so many spiritual traditions
Right.
say about love and compassion being
Yeah,
the foundation of a truly meaningful life.
exactly.
The book also delves into the differences
Yeah.
between Eastern and Western approaches
Ah.
to art and spirituality.
Yeah, I think it's acknowledging the historical divergence
Right.
between those two cultural spheres. It points out that many Islamic societies, especially in the past, delve deeply into what it calls the atomic structure
Right.
of knowledge through religious study,
Uh-huh.
emphasizing the unity within.
Okay.
They sought knowledge through interpreting texts like the Quran,
Right.
even using methods like the Arabic numerical alphabet
Wow.
to unlock deeper layers of meaning.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
And it suggests that the West took a different path.
It does seem to draw that distinction.
Really?
Yeah, it even attributes the banning of drawing and sculpture in some Islamic societies to their early focus on understanding
Uh-huh.
the unity at the core of creation.
Interesting.
It's like they were using different lenses
Yeah.
to explore the same mysteries of existence.
So is the book suggesting that one is better than the other?
Not at all. It's
Yeah.
actually advocating for a reconciliation
Okay.
of these two approaches.
Uh-huh.
It emphasizes that all religions ultimately worship the same God, and that any sense of division stems from human interpretation,
Yeah.
not divine intent.
Right.
It's a call for a more unified understanding of God and religion,
Okay.
one that transcends cultural and historical boundaries.
That's really powerful, especially in a world that feels so
It is.
fragmented.
It is.
Let's talk about death,
Okay.
because the book doesn't shy away from tackling this topic either.
Right. And its perspective on death might surprise you.
Okay, tell me more.
Well, the book presents death not as an ending,
Mhm.
but as a transition, a
Okay.
period of sleeping,
Right.
followed by resurrection or rebirth.
Okay.
It introduces this concept of beaming up.
Hold on.
Yeah,
Beaming up.
I know.
Like
Yeah.
in Star Trek.
Right.
Yeah.
The book's language can be pretty surprising,
Yeah.
but at its core,
Yeah.
the idea is that our essence, our spirit, continues on after death.
Oh, okay.
And it gets even more interesting.
Okay.
It mentions self-freezing at the age of 30 in the afterlife, leading to a state of immortality in one's prime.
Immortality frozen at 30.
I know.
Sign me up.
Right.
What do you think the book is trying to convey with that?
I think it's pointing to the limitless potential that exists beyond our earthly limitations.
Okay.
It's suggesting that death isn't the end, but a gateway to a different state of being.
Uh-huh.
One where we can continue to learn and evolve
Yeah.
without the constraints of our physical bodies.
That's pretty hopeful,
It is.
especially considering all the fear and anxiety surrounding death
Yeah,
in many cultures.
absolutely.
It's like the book is offering a different narrative,
Right.
one that emphasizes continuity and evolution rather than
Exactly.
finality.
And it aligns with those spiritual traditions that believe in reincarnation
Right.
or an afterlife where the soul continues to evolve.
You know, it strikes me that the knowledge book,
Yeah.
despite its unconventional language and ideas,
Mm-hmm.
seems to be tapping into these universal human longings.
I think so too.
The desire for meaning, for connection,
Yeah.
for something beyond the finite.
That's a good observation.
Yeah.
It's as though the book is speaking to that inherent yearning within each of us
Yeah.
for something more, for a continuation of consciousness
Right.
beyond our physical existence.
And speaking of consciousness,
Yes,
the book also emphasizes the role of the brain
it does.
in all of this, describing it as the ultimate tool for understanding the universe.
And what's fascinating is how it connects ancient forms of knowledge transmission,
Okay.
like papyrus and cave paintings, to modern technologies like computers and satellites.
So it's not just about the information itself,
Right.
but the way we share it and access it.
Exactly. It's evolved over time,
Uh-huh.
but the brain remains at the center of it all.
And the book argues that the brain has the capacity to contain vast amounts of knowledge.
Right.
Far more than we realize.
Far more.
It even uses this intriguing phrase, universal satellite, to describe what our brains can become.
A universal satellite.
Okay, now that's a mental image I need help with.
It's definitely a thought-provoking concept.
Yeah.
Imagine your brain becoming a receiver and transmitter
Okay.
of information on a cosmic scale,
Okay.
capable of tapping into a universal network of knowledge.
So it's not just about learning facts and figures.
Right.
It's about expanding our consciousness to access.
It's about moving beyond
Yeah.
the limitations of our current perception
Okay.
and embracing a more interconnected
Yeah.
way of knowing. It's about seeing ourselves not as isolated individuals,
Right.
but as nodes in a vast cosmic network.
And that idea ties back to that central system we talked about earlier.
That's right.
It seems like the book keeps weaving these threads together,
It does.
connecting the individual journey to the larger cosmic order.
And that's a key aspect of this fascicle, I think.
Okay.
It continually highlights this interplay
Yeah.
between our personal growth
Okay.
and the grand scheme of the universe.
So we've got brains potentially becoming universal satellites.
Right.
We've got a central system governing the universe.
Wow.
Where does this lead us in the knowledge book?
Well, this is where the book introduces the concept of the Supreme Assembly,
Okay.
describing it as a council of 24 supreme ones.
24?
Yeah.
That sounds like something out of an ancient myth.
Right.
And we're talking about some kind of
It does make you think of those
intergalactic governing body.
echelons of gods, like the Greek or Roman gods,
Yeah.
each with their own domain.
And the knowledge book actually connects this structure to figures like the 12 apostles,
Mm-hmm.
the cherubim, and the imams.
Exactly.
Wow.
It suggests a common thread.
Okay.
A universal archetype that's expressed in different forms across cultures and beliefs.
Like the book is weaving a tapestry
It is.
of human history and spiritual tradition.
Yeah.
Showing how these seemingly disparate threads are all interconnected.
It invites us to consider that despite our differences, we're all grappling with the same fundamental questions about existence,
Right.
purpose, and our place in the grand scheme of things.
Now, even with this vast cosmic hierarchy in place, the book places a lot of emphasis on personal responsibility.
It does.
It gives us a powerful message about not leaving our fate
Mm-hmm.
in the hands of others,
Yeah,
but taking ownership of our own spiritual evolution.
that's right. It encourages us to break free from conditioned thinking
Okay.
and limiting beliefs
Yeah.
that hinder our progress.
So even though there's this grand cosmic system at play,
Right.
we still have agency.
We do.
We still have a role to play in our own.
It's not about blindly following dictates,
Right.
but actively engaging
Yeah.
in our own transformation.
All right.
It's about recognizing our inherent power and agency within this larger cosmic dance.
This idea of breaking free from conditioned thinking resonates with so many different spiritual traditions.
It does.
The Buddhist concept of right mindfulness,
Yeah.
the emphasis on questioning dogma in some mystical branches of Christianity.
It's a universal call.
It's a universal call.
To move beyond blind faith.
Yeah.
And cultivate a more discerning and self-aware approach to spirituality.
So we're not just passive recipients.
We're not passive.
We're active participants in our own journeys.
We've covered a lot of ground here.
We have.
The Supreme Assembly, personal responsibility, breaking free from conditioning.
Yeah.
What else does this fascicle explore?
Well, this is where the book takes us even further. Beyond our familiar reality. It starts talking about communication with higher realms. And a mysterious planet called Nova.
All right.
Buckle up.
I'm ready.
Things are about to get even more mind-bending.
Okay, tell me more about these higher realms and this planet Nova.
All right, the book describes these pioneer entities and assistant codes that guide individuals towards spiritual evolution. It claims that communication with higher realms
occurs through radio waves and special connections established by the central system.
Radio waves.
I know.
Are we talking about some kind of cosmic internet here?
It's like the book is suggesting a whole other level of communication beyond what we typically experience.
And it introduces this concept of planet Nova as a higher dimensional realm where evolved souls reside.
It does.
Wow.
It even hints at the possibility of future human migration to this planet.
So not only are we talking about communicating with these higher realms, but potentially traveling to them.
It really is pushing the boundaries.
Wow, that's a radical concept.
Of our current reality.
What do you think the book is ultimately trying to tell us with these ideas?
I think it's urging us to expand our perception of reality and our place within it. It's reminding us that there's so much more to existence than what we can currently perceive. That we're just at the beginning of our journey of understanding.
It's like it's saying, don't limit yourself to what you currently see or believe. The universe is vast and full of mysteries waiting to be uncovered.
Exactly. It's a call to embrace the unknown. And to trust in the guiding forces that are leading us towards our highest potential.
Now, the book also seems to anticipate
It does.
some potential challenges along this journey. It mentions possible disruptions in communication.
Yes.
Due to cosmic events like solar flares. Why do you think it brings that up?
I think it's a reminder that we're part of a larger cosmic system.
Okay.
And that events beyond our control can impact our lives.
Right.
It's about being aware of the interconnectedness of all things.
Right.
And acknowledging that we're not immune to the forces at play in the universe.
So it's not just about being aware of external challenges.
That's right.
But also about navigating the internal ups and downs that come with spiritual growth.
Absolutely. There will be times when we feel lost or confused or disconnected.
Yeah.
It's about developing resilience, trusting in the guidance we receive, and remembering that we're never truly alone on this path.
And amidst those potential challenges, the book also offers this message of hope and reassurance.
It does.
It says that those who are chosen and have pure hearts
Right.
will be guided and protected.
It's a comforting thought, isn't it?
It is.
It suggests that even in the midst of uncertainty and change, there are forces looking out for us, guiding us, and supporting us on our journey.
It reminds me of the concept of guardian angels or spirit guides found in so many spiritual traditions. It's a beautiful expression of that deep human longing
It is.
for connection and support.
It's a reminder to trust in the unseen, to have faith in the process, and to know that we're being guided towards our highest good, even when we can't see the path ahead clearly.
But there's another element that I find really fascinating that the knowledge book explores in this section, which is the power of the feminine and the role of mothers.
Yes.
I'm really eager to hear more about that.
Well, you might be surprised by the reverence it displays.
Really?
For mothers. They're described as conduits of love and life force energy, crucial for the continuation of humanity.
That's a beautiful sentiment.
It is.
And it aligns with the way so many cultures view and honor mothers.
It does.
Does the book go deeper than that?
Oh, it definitely goes deeper.
Okay.
It suggests that a mother nourishes her child not only with milk, but with the vibrational energy of love.
The vibrational energy of love.
Yeah.
That's a really fascinating concept.
It is.
It's suggesting that a mother's love isn't just an emotion.
It's more than that.
But it's a tangible force.
Right.
That shapes a child's development.
Yes.
On a fundamental level.
And the knowledge book doesn't stop there.
Oh.
It warns of negative consequences for societies that mistreat women, highlighting the importance of respect and support for mothers.
That's a really powerful statement.
It is.
And it makes you think about the ways in which different cultures value and support mothers.
Right.
It's a reminder that the well-being of mothers is intrinsically linked.
It is.
To the well-being of society as a whole.
Absolutely.
It's interesting how the book seamlessly weaves this discussion of the feminine into its broader exploration of spirituality and cosmic evolution.
It is.
It's saying that recognizing and honoring the feminine is crucial to our individual and collective growth.
It's about embracing the fullness of human experience,
right?
Acknowledging the interplay of both masculine and feminine energies in the grand tapestry of existence.
Well, we've covered an incredible amount of ground in this first part of our deep dive.
We have.
Into Fascicle 2.
Yeah.
From pioneer entities to planet Nova. From altruistic love to the vibrational energy of mothers.
It's been quite a journey so far.
This book has really stretched our imaginations and challenged our assumptions.
It has, and there's still so much more to explore.
Wow.
We'll pick up where we left off.
Okay.
In the next part of our deep dive. It's amazing how the knowledge book manages to bridge these vast cosmic concepts with practical advice for navigating life here on Earth.
Yeah, it feels very
It's not just about abstract ideas,
grounded,
but about integrating these principles into our daily lives.
You're absolutely right.
Take, for example, its emphasis on not being solely driven by personal gain.
Right.
It's a call for a more altruistic approach to life, prioritizing the well-being of others and contributing to the greater good.
That resonates with so many ethical and spiritual traditions.
It does.
The idea that our actions have ripple effects, impacting not only ourselves, but the web of life around us. I'm thinking of concepts like karma in Eastern traditions, or the golden rule found in so many religions. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you.
It's a reminder that we're all interconnected.
Yeah.
And that our choices have consequences that extend far beyond ourselves.
Yeah. The knowledge book also seems to caution us against getting caught up in dogma. Or rigid belief systems.
Yeah, it seems to advocate for a more open-minded approach to spirituality.
What do you think about that?
I think it definitely encourages a spirit of inquiry. The book urges us to be open to new ideas, to question our assumptions, and to continually expand our understanding of the universe and our place within it.
It's about cultivating a spirit of inquiry.
Yes.
And a willingness to evolve our perspectives as we learn and grow.
Right.
Which feels particularly relevant today.
It does.
Okay.
Absolutely. We're bombarded with so much information and so many conflicting viewpoints that it's easy to feel overwhelmed or get caught up in rigid ideologies.
So how do we navigate that information overload without losing ourselves?
The book seems to suggest that it's about cultivating discernment, critically evaluating information, and holding on to our core values while remaining open to new insights and perspectives.
It's about finding that balance.
It is.
Between staying true to ourselves and embracing the ever-evolving nature of truth.
It is, exactly.
You know, one of the things that keeps coming up for me is this idea of guidance, of support on this journey of spiritual evolution.
It is a journey, isn't it?
And the book mentions these pioneer entities and assistant codes, which seem to play a key role in this process.
They do.
Can you shed some light on what those might be?
The book describes them as beings or forces from higher realms that act as mentors or guides, helping us to access higher levels of knowledge and understanding, supporting us in our spiritual development.
So it's like having a cosmic support system.
It does seem that
A team of spiritual advisors guiding us along our path.
And it's important to note that they don't just impart knowledge. They help us integrate that knowledge into our lives and apply it in meaningful ways.
So it's not just about intellectual understanding. But about embodying these principles.
It's about aligning ourselves with the flow of universal energy.
Wow.
And allowing it to guide us towards our highest potential.
Now, I'm particularly intrigued by the book's claim that communication with these higher realms occurs through radio waves. It's almost like it's suggesting a more scientific basis.
It's a fascinating bridge between what we often perceive as separate realms, science and spirituality.
The book seems to suggest
It does.
that what we might perceive as mystical or supernatural phenomena might actually have a scientific explanation.
That we're just beginning to understand.
It makes me think about the growing body of research on the effects of meditation and mindfulness on the brain.
Right.
These practices can actually alter our brainwave patterns.
They can.
Perhaps there's a connection there.
Right.
A way in which our brains can become attuned to frequencies beyond our normal range of perception.
It's a captivating thought, isn't it?
It is.
It speaks to the vast, untapped potential of the human mind and the interconnectedness of all things.
And speaking of realms beyond our current understanding, the book also talks about Planet Nova as a higher dimensional realm where evolved souls reside.
Right.
Do you think this is meant to be taken literally?
That's an interesting question.
As a physical place?
Yeah.
Or is more of a symbolic representation of a higher state of consciousness?
I think the answer might be both.
Really?
Whether we interpret it as a physical destination or a metaphorical representation of an elevated state of being, the core message points to the potential for continued evolution beyond our earthly existence.
That idea has resonated through spiritual traditions.
It has.
For centuries, hasn't it?
It has.
This notion that our journey doesn't end with death, but continues in a different form or realm.
It's a deeply comforting and hopeful message.
It is.
Suggesting that there's more to life than what we experience in these physical bodies.
And the book even suggests the possibility
It does.
of future human migration to Planet Nova.
Yeah.
Now that's where my imagination starts to run wild.
It's definitely pushing the boundaries.
What could such a migration look like?
Right.
What does it imply about humanity's future?
It's almost like science fiction coming to life.
Yeah.
But I think it's meant to inspire us to expand our vision of what's possible and to consider that the future might hold experiences we can barely even imagine.
Don't limit yourself to what you currently perceive as possible.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The universe is vast.
The universe is vast and full of mysteries waiting to be uncovered.
And full of mysteries waiting to be uncovered.
But the knowledge book reminds us that the path to this future isn't without its challenges.
Yeah.
We talked earlier about the book's mention of potential disruptions in communication.
Yes.
Due to cosmic events like solar flares.
Right.
What do you think the significance of those warnings might be?
I think it's a reminder that we're part of a larger cosmic system. And that events beyond our control can and will impact our lives.
So it's about being aware?
It's about being aware of the interconnectedness of all things.
Right.
And acknowledging that we're not immune to the forces at play in the universe.
But it's also a call to action, isn't it?
I think so.
To be prepared.
Yes.
And to develop resilience in the face of the unknown.
Don't get too comfortable in your little bubble.
Right.
Be prepared for the unexpected. And be willing to adapt to changing circumstances.
But adaptation isn't always easy.
It's not.
How does the book guide us through these internal challenges?
Well, it acknowledges that there will be times when we feel lost, confused, or disconnected.
Right.
It encourages us to lean into these challenges, to see them as opportunities for growth, and to trust that even in the midst of difficulty, we're being guided towards a greater understanding.
It's a reminder that the spiritual path isn't always smooth and easy.
No, it's not.
And that there will be bumps along the way.
Yeah.
But amidst those challenges, the book also offers a message of hope.
It does.
And reassurance, doesn't it?
It does.
It assures us that those who are chosen and have pure hearts will be guided and protected.
It's a beautiful sentiment, isn't it?
It is. It is.
And it speaks to that deep-seated human need for reassurance and support.
Yeah.
Especially when facing the unknown.
It makes me think of the concept of guardian angels.
Right.
Or spirit guides.
Yeah.
Found in so many spiritual traditions.
Exactly.
It's a comforting reminder that we're not alone.
We're not.
In this journey.
No.
That there are forces beyond our comprehension.
Right.
That are touching over us.
It's a call to trust in the unseen.
Yeah.
To have faith in the process.
Right.
And to know that even when we can't see the path clearly, we're being guided towards our highest good.
The book also highlights the importance of love.
It does.
Particularly altruistic love.
Yes.
As we navigate the uncertainties of the future. Why do you think it places such an emphasis on this particular type of love?
I think it's because altruistic love is a force that transcends the limitations of the ego. It's not about seeking personal gain or expecting something in return. It's about extending love beyond ourselves, beyond our immediate circle, to encompass all beings.
It's a challenging concept.
It is.
To love unconditionally, without expectation of reward or reciprocation.
It goes against so much of what our society teaches us about love.
But I think the knowledge book is inviting us to redefine our understanding of love.
It is. It's inviting us to see it, not just as an emotion, but as a powerful force for transformation, both within ourselves and in the world around us.
It reminds me of the Buddhist concept of metta, or loving kindness.
Yes.
Which is all about cultivating a sense of benevolence and goodwill towards all beings, including ourselves.
It's about recognizing our shared humanity and extending empathy and compassion to everyone, regardless of their beliefs, actions, or circumstances.
It's about choosing love over fear, understanding over judgment, and connection over isolation.
It is.
And you know, it's interesting how the knowledge book, after exploring these grand cosmic concepts and universal truths, returns to a very specific focus. At the end of this fascicle, addressing a message directly to mothers.
It does.
Why do you think it singles out mothers in this way?
I think it's because the book recognizes the profound role that mothers play in shaping individuals and societies.
It's a tribute to their nurturing, life-giving energy. And the immense influence they have on future generations.
Yeah, makes sense.
But the knowledge book goes a step further than just acknowledging their role.
Oh, absolutely.
Doesn't it?
Remember that concept of the vibrational energy of love? Well, the book suggests that this energy is particularly potent in the bond between a mother and her child. It's as though mothers have a unique ability to transmit this love, to shape their children's development. Not only physically, but also emotionally and spiritually.
That's such a beautiful idea.
It is.
That a mother's love has the power to shape not just individuals, but the very fabric of society.
And it also explains why the book issues such a strong warning about mistreating women. If mothers hold this kind of transformative power, then harming or disrespecting them has far-reaching consequences.
It does.
The book makes it clear that the well-being of mothers is intrinsically linked to the well-being of society as a whole. It's a call for a more balanced and harmonious approach to gender roles.
And a recognition of the essential contribution of women.
It's remarkable how the knowledge book seamlessly weaves this discussion of the feminine into its broader exploration of spirituality and cosmic evolution.
It's about embracing the fullness of human experience.
It is.
Acknowledging the interplay of both masculine and feminine energies in the grand tapestry of existence.
And in doing so, creating a world that reflects a more balanced, harmonious, and whole expression of our collective potential.
Exactly.
You know, as we're talking, I can't help but think about how the knowledge book, despite its unconventional language and mind-bending concepts, is ultimately offering a very hopeful message.
I agree.
It's a message that speaks to our deepest longings for meaning, connection, and transcendence. It reminds us that we're part of something much larger than ourselves. That we're guided and supported, even in the face of uncertainty and change.
And most importantly, it inspires us to embrace our own evolution.
It does.
To step into our full potential as individuals and as a species.
Exactly.
This has been such a rich exploration of the knowledge book's second fascicle. And I feel like we've only just begun to scratch the surface of the wisdom it holds.
There's certainly much more to unpack and discover while we continue our deep dive into the next part.
This fascicle really brings together a lot of different ideas.
It does.
Science and spirituality, ancient wisdom, and futuristic visions.
Yeah, it's definitely been a wild ride through Fascicle 2.
It has.
But amidst all the mind-bending concepts and cosmic revelations, there's a strong sense of hope and possibility.
Yeah.
It's like the book is offering a glimpse into a future. Okay.
Where our understanding of ourselves and the universe is vastly expanded.
It's like a call to awaken to our true potential.
Right.
Embrace the interconnectedness of all things.
Yeah.
And to step into a more conscious and compassionate way of being.
Exactly.
Speaking of potential, I wanted to revisit this concept of the genuine human being.
Right.
That we talked about earlier.
Okay.
It feels like a central theme that runs through this entire fascicle.
You're absolutely right. The idea of the genuine human being seems to be the thread that connects all these seemingly disparate ideas.
Right.
From the limitations of human intellect to the power of altruistic love. From the potential of our brains to become universal satellites to the reverence for the feminine.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into this part of the knowledge book, I was hoping that we could shed a little more light on this concept.
Okay.
What exactly is the book suggesting about becoming a genuine human being?
It's not a simple definition.
Rather a path of continual growth and evolution.
Right.
It's about transcending ego-driven desires.
Right.
And embracing a more expansive sense of self.
Yeah.
It's about recognizing the divine spark, not only within ourselves, but in all beings.
It's like the book is encouraging us to shed the layers of conditioning that keep us separate and limited. To move beyond the illusion of individuality and tap into a deeper wellspring of wisdom and compassion that connects us all.
And it's not just about inner transformation.
Okay.
The knowledge book is clear that becoming a genuine human being also involves aligning our actions with this understanding.
Okay.
It's about expressing our true nature through acts of love, kindness, and service to others.
So it's about more than just personal growth.
Yes.
It's about recognizing our responsibility.
It is.
To contribute to the well-being of the whole.
Exactly.
To act as stewards of the planet. And to work towards a future where all beings can thrive.
It's about understanding that we're not isolated individuals striving for personal gain, but rather integral parts of a larger interconnected web of life.
And that our actions have far-reaching consequences, impacting not only ourselves, but the entire web. This concept of the genuine human being feels incredibly relevant today.
It does.
As we face so many challenges that require collective action and a shift in consciousness.
Right. If we want to create a better future, we need to move beyond the divisions and limitations that keep us stuck in old patterns.
It's a call to rise above our differences.
It is.
Bridge the divides that separate us and to work together to create a more just, compassionate, and sustainable world.
It's about recognizing that we're all in this together, that our fates are intertwined, and that the choices we make today will have a ripple effect for generations to come.
It's a powerful message of hope and responsibility.
It is.
Reminding us that we have the potential to create a brighter future if we choose to embrace our true nature and work together towards a common goal.
Absolutely.
This deep dive into Fascicle 2 of the Knowledge Book has been a truly mind-expanding experience.
It has.
I feel like we've only scratched the surface of the profound wisdom it contains. But as we wrap up this episode, I want to leave our listeners with something to ponder. A question that might spark their own reflections on the ideas we've explored today.
I love that idea.
Okay.
What question do you have in mind?
Well, the book emphasizes the potential of the human brain to become a universal satellite, capable of accessing and transmitting information on a cosmic scale.
Okay.
So my question is this. If our brains can truly evolve to this level of awareness and interconnectedness, what might we be capable of achieving?
Wow.
Both individually and collectively.
That's a fantastic question.
What new horizons of understanding might open up to us? What kind of world might we create?
That's a question that invites us to step into a realm of boundless possibility. It challenges us to imagine a future where limitations fall away and human potential unfolds in ways we can barely comprehend.
It's a reminder that the journey of discovery is never ending.
Right.
And that there are still so many mysteries to unravel.
There are.
Both within ourselves
Yes.
and in the vast expanse of the universe.
It's a call to embrace the unknown with curiosity and courage.
Right.
To keep asking questions.
Keep seeking answers.
Yeah.
And to never stop exploring the infinite possibilities of existence.
Beautifully said.
Well, thank you for joining us on this journey of exploration.
Yeah, thanks for listening, everybody.
We look forward to diving into more fascinating topics with you next time.
See you then.
Until then, keep those minds open.
Right.
And those hearts alight.